Hello, everyone. Welcome to Retro Gaming Beyond presents Retro Game Club. We're your hosts, Joe, Eric, Ryan, and Jacob Vanderlosky. And today is a special episode, just kind of episode 0. We're just going to go over kind of what we want from the podcast, talk a little bit about us and our video game history, and then we're just going to do some quick fire reviews of some arcade games that we played this week. So strap in and let's get started.
Groovy! Whoa!
I hope you made lots of spaghetti.
All right, so let's just kind of go over, I guess, the idea of the podcast. This is basically just a book club, which a book club is where a group of people get together, they choose a book to read, and then they get together and discuss it. And we're going to do that, but for video games. So we're going to pick a video game, and we're going to play through them. We're going to try and beat them, see as much as we can of them, and then sit down and discuss them, what we liked, what we didn't like. And we just started doing this because, in honesty, it was just kind of what we were already doing. We all just kind of played games together, and we sat down and just talked about them. And we were like, you know what? Why don't we just make something out of this? See if we can get some other people to join us. Have a community join us. I thought that would be cool idea. So I don't know. Is there anything you guys wanted to get out of it, or?
Yeah, like you said, we were kind of doing this anyway, so it'd just be cool to get involved with other people and see their thoughts on them, and what they liked and what maybe they liked something that we didn't, or had other inputs that we didn't even notice.
Yeah, true. Yeah, learn something or see a different perspective on something that on a game we liked or something. Sure.
Yeah. Just want to kind of like get involved with the community and
Yeah, I mean,
see what you guys are doing.
I just like video games so much. I just figured it'd be cool to kind of spread the joy.
Yeah. Well, I'm constantly like checking retro achievements and seeing what other people are playing, and I don't know, just kind of go to random people's profiles and be like, oh shit, look at this,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I kind of like just get involved with you guys.
Ryan, Jacob, anything?
I just like to yap, so if anybody listens, that makes me happy.
The app?
Yap.
Yap. Talk.
I like to yap.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. There's no argument here.
It's just he's using Gen Z slang, but
Yeah, bro, that lingo's over your head.
Yeah, I'm too old for that.
but yeah, it's cool though, because I mean, like you said, we all four of us have been doing that for as long as we remember. But to do something you enjoy, we don't even have to worry about it. We just do it because we like it. So to find other people that enjoy the same thing we do, we can talk about it. Other people enjoy that as well. It's a cool thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. At least I don't want to start this to like make money or anything out of it. Just doing it because we like doing it. That's all I wanted to do this for. So, I mean, if we can find a way to make something out of it, that'd be cool. I'm not against that, but that's not why we're doing it. And I hope it stays that way. I hope that you guys are always like having fun with it and everything. If you guys ever feel like it starts becoming like a job, I hope that doesn't happen. But
it's video games, so
I don't think it ever will. I mean, I'm sure there'll be times where like we're super busy with something and you're like, oh, I gotta play this week, but I don't think we'll ever start to loathe it or anything.
It's not that I'm not gonna get upset that I have to play video games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't have the time to play them is the problem.
Well, I thought another cool idea too is like we're at least for me, I'm always looking at video games and I'm like, oh, that looks cool, I want to play that. Oh, that looks cool, like I want to play that. But then sometimes you just have so much that you're just like, don't play anything. I think this is a good way to kind of like force us to be like, okay, we're picking a game and we're playing it. You know what I mean? So it's a good way to kind of get through all the backlog and stuff and everything. So
yeah, like my Steam library that just sits there. I keep buying games and never play any of them.
I think we all have that problem.
Yeah.
And it just gets worse and worse.
Yep.
The more you buy, the worse it gets.
That's true. You get more and more, I don't know, like rigor mortis or whatever on choosing something.
You got to take advantage of them Steam deals.
Yeah. And sometimes you just have to make yourself play video games, man. Just gotta be like, you know what? I have to start this game.
Well, that's Well, that's for another time. But modern gaming is such a pain in the ass.
Well, yeah,
so
that's you can't just put the cartridge in and play anymore.
you can't even start the game up half the time.
Yeah, you gotta build
Especially
shaders or whatever.
PC wise, yeah.
Dude, consoles are the same shit now. You gotta install and do. There's always day one installs and all that crap. Yeah. Okay, we're starting to sound like old men now. So
Well, well, trust me, the RetroArch isn't much better half. some
no,
of the
dude,
time.
it's it's a
No,
cool
it's-
idea. I'm glad it exists, but man, it is a pain in the ass sometimes. But all right, yeah, I mean, I guess just kind of about us. I mean, dude, I've been playing video games since I was friggin' I don't even know 4 years old, 3 or 4 years old. The first memory I have, one of the first earliest memories I have is our aunt actually bought a Super Nintendo to keep it at our grandmother's house, and she had Super Mario World on there, and I remember plugging that game in and sitting down on that, I don't even know what it was, 24-inch TV, and just being sucked into that world, dude. And I was just immediately like, yep, this is my thing. This is what I'm going to be doing. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have any early memories or anything like that.
I don't remember too much earlier stuff. I just remember. Was it you that had chickenpox or I had chickenpox? But you were playing Yoshi's
Super Mario
Island
World
on
2,
the
yep.
SNES.
Yep, that was me, yeah.
I think that was like the earliest thing I remember.
Oh yeah, okay. We had to rent because I was 6, so our grandmother let us borrow the Super Nintendo because we didn't have our own
Yeah.
system yet, and yeah, we rented Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, and dude, I made it to the final boss on Bowser. I made it to Baby Bowser, and we had to give the game back the next day before I could beat him. I was so mad, bro. I was like,
yeah,
oh, I
that's
needed
fun.
like one more damn day. So
Yeah.
it took, and then I don't think I bought and beat the game until like years later.
Oh, well. Some of the earlier stuff I remember is having the CDI. So
Yeah, I can't remember if that was before or after that. That might have been before that actually, because our mom worked at Philips, and she bought a CDI when it was pretty new. And I know everybody shits on that thing, but man, I have a lot of nostalgia for that system. I think it gets a lot of hate.
We played it a lot, and we had a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Yeah, and we were kids too, and they actually had a lot of good early learning development games on there actually.
Yeah. What was really the first console we had? The Genesis?
I think we had the CDI before that.
Oh, really?
I think so. It might have been the Genesis. I can't remember.
But the Genesis, I mean, like the CDI is a game console, but
Yeah, I
the
mean the
Genesis
Sega
was,
Genesis
like,
was the
our
first.
first
Yeah,
real
yeah.
game console. Okay.
I think I had a Game Boy before that, but the first home console was the Sega Genesis for sure, which we had the Model 3.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and then I remember that too because I wanted we got the Model 3 right when the PS1 came out, and there was that
Yeah.
3D Frogger game in the PS1, and I wanted it so bad. It looked so cool. I was like, oh, that game looks sick. And then we got the Genesis with Frogger on it. And for whatever reason, the Frogger on the Genesis and the Frogger on the PS1 had the exact same cover art. So I was like, oh, sweet, I get to play this game. But the Frogger on the Genesis was just a port of the arcade. Oh, man, I was so disappointed. But,
Yeah.
I mean, eventually I played it. I was like, all right, this is pretty cool too. But
Yeah, because I know early on we had PS1 too.
yeah, we got PS1 pretty early. I mean,
But
eventually
man,
we did get that Frogger game and then never beat it.
We played the shit out of those consoles,
Bro,
dude.
PS1 was
Like-
probably, yeah, I mean, like Genesis I played a lot. PS1's probably my most played system.
PS1 or PS2 is one of my favorite consoles.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Ryan, Jacob, what do you got? I always wonder how much you guys would have been into video games if it wasn't for me.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely
Because I dove
ignited
into
the
them,
flame
bro.
there.
Like I went into them head first, like no doubt.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny you bring up Frogger because it's either there's 3 games that I remember pretty early on. It's the Frogger that we had for the PS1 that I used to play at grandma's all the time,
Yep.
and then Pinbot for the NES
Oh yeah, yeah.
that we had, and then Super
yeah.
Mario Brothers 3 for the NES. So
I guess, were we playing games at grandma's before we had consoles? I don't think so.
Yeah, our mom's mom had the Super Nintendo before we had anything, but then I think we got a Genesis, and then our other grandmother was like, "Oh, I want a game console because you guys like it. I want to get one here too." So she got the NES at her house. So
That dude,
that was
TMN
before me.
Yeah, TMNT on the NES. That was
yeah,
we played that so much, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Mega Man 2.
Yep. Yeah, we had 2 and 6. I played those a lot
Yeah.
too. Yep. What'd you say, Ryan?
The earliest when I was starting to play was when Grandma had the NES.
Yeah.
I don't think I was really old enough to play the SNES and all that stuff when you guys were. So, because I don't remember that too well,
Mhm.
if at all. Just NES being the first one for me, anyway. The top loader that Grandma had.
Yep. Yep.
Dude, I wanted to play that A Boy and His Blob game so bad, but it's so hard.
Dude, that game is impossible. I never could figure that game out.
That game was hard, man.
Yeah, it was. I made it to Blob World one time. I was like, whoa! And then immediately died to the cherries or whatever they were.
Yeah. That game was tough. I had no understanding of what was going on.
No, I don't think anybody does.
And then, like, the bean flavors had no correspondence with.
Yeah, I mean, some
What
of them, they
happened?
kind of got tricky. Some of them made sense, and some were just like puns that made no sense. But Jacob, what do you got? You remember anything?
I have like small memories, like when I was younger. Like I remember, like in the living room, I think we either had like the PS1 or the PS2. I think it was the
Mhm.
PS1. But I just remember like one day I was playing Crash 3 on it, and we had company over. And I remember I wasn't even going into the levels. I was just trying to jump past like the barriers, like that had the lightning on it, and I kept failing.
Yeah.
And then mom was like, "Okay, you need to get off." She saw how mindless it was. She was like, and company was over too.
Oh,
So
well, everybody's like just watching you.
I don't know. Maybe another one I have was when I was like really young, like 4 or something. I had like an operation on my ears. Like I had to get ear tubes or something. And
Mhm.
like before the operation, I was playing Yoshi's Island on my Game Boy Advance, and that was like something that just always stuck out to me. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, in the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
But I just want to also say, like, I had like a huge variety of video games growing up because you, Eric, and
Yeah, I mean, we
Ryan all
had,
sharing your
3 people.
consoles and
Mhm.
just all that. But even then, like mom and dad still bought me like like because I had my own Game Boy SP, they got me a DS and all that kind of stuff. So I was really spoiled for choice growing up.
Yeah, that's true. I can't complain much either because we had the NES, the SNES, and we had a Game Boy Genesis. Like, yeah, I mean, we had a lot of stuff.
Bro, that center console you had in our room, that with all the wires.
Oh yeah, dude, it was a mess.
What do we have? Like, you had like 7 or 8 consoles hooked
Yeah, we
up
had
all
quite a
at once.
bit. Yeah, yeah.
That was ridiculous.
I wouldn't have it any other way, bro.
Yeah, we had a lot, dude. We got lucky. We had a lot.
Well, because one of the thing was, a lot of people would sell their consoles. I just wouldn't let them go. Like I was like, no, we're not selling anything. That's not happening. So,
Mhm.
and luckily, my parents were pretty cool about that. I have to say.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I wish they didn't throw the boxes away, but they don't know anything about it. Who would have known?
Yeah, there's not much to do about
and
that.
I think the only thing they did was the Game Boy stuff. I kept all the Sega Genesis and everything, but
Mhm. Well, those are like hard plastic, so
some are, yeah, they're like half. They have cardboard ones too.
I know me and you pulled a lot of our money together to buy video games.
Yeah, we bought. I'm pretty sure the PS2 we bought together.
Yeah, we bought the
I
PS2
don't-
together.
Was the PS1? Was that a Christmas gift? I don't remember what that was.
I don't remember where that came from.
I remember going to buy the PS2. We went to some store somewhere.
In the mall, yeah.
But I don't.
No, we
Was
went
it
to
the mall?
GameStop, I think it was. And it was a used console.
Was that
Wasn't
the
it?
PS2? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the PS1. And we went to some random store. We were in another town, in another city somewhere. We went shopping somewhere. I don't remember where the hell it was, but
Yeah, I don't remember that.
yeah, we must have bought that one too. Yeah, you're right. I remember the PS2 was at the GameStop in the mall. That's right.
Yeah, and it was a used console.
Mm-hmm. And it didn't.
And it would not read those blue
Yeah,
discs.
I didn't read the blue disc. Yeah. But we sent it out, and I think they sent us a new console.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a new console.
Yeah, that one did
Which
work.
was kind of cool.
Yeah. And then we just kept up with it. We played. I have PS5 now. We all had Switches, I think. So we just never stopped. I don't know. All right, so that's kind of our history there. So let's go and let's talk some likes and dislikes. So, what's like your favorite video game console? Let's start with the console.
Yeah. It's kind of tough, but it's
Yeah,
got to be
none of this is gonna be
PS1.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah, this is all. I'm thinking PS1, maybe PS2. I think PS1 just because of nostalgia. Like you said, we just kind of what we had first growing up.
Mm-hmm. PS1 is to me like the PS1 to PS2 is the difference between retro and like the newer retro. Like the
True.
PS2 and the
Yeah.
Xbox is like there's that cutoff right there to me. So
Yeah, I can see that. I kind of agree with that.
mm-hmm. PS2 is when they started getting to like the fancy stuff. Like PS1 was still just like a game console. PS2 was a DVD player with it could do 720p and all that fancy stuff.
Yeah, internet, right?
Yeah. Yep. Internet. Yep.
Yeah, I think I don't. I think PS1 just because I don't know. The PS1 was just good, man.
Yeah. I think I
I guess
agree.
for the time, like for me, I just like the PS1 was very like for me above everything else.
Dude, it was the new kid on the block, and they blew everything
Yeah.
out of the water. They were just, I don't know, they just came out of nowhere, and everyone's like, "Oh, this thing's dope." I mean, they were kind of like defying the '90s at that point, Like Sega started the torch, and then Sony kind of took it over. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's either the PS1 or the Genesis. I think I'd have to lean more to the PS1 just because we just played so much PlayStation 1, man. There's just so many good games on the PS1.
Yeah. We wore that thing out, man.
Yeah, we did.
Same with the Genesis, though. We did play a lot of the
Yeah,
Genesis.
I played a lot of Genesis. There's so many good games on that too. We played a lot.
Mhm.
And I had we had the CD with the 32X and everything. That monstrosity.
Which, I mean, there's some decent games, but
The CD, dude, the Sega CD is actually pretty good. The 32X.
the Sega
doesn't.
CD, yeah.
Yeah,
The
32X
32X, there's not much.
I think there's only like 30 something games.
Yeah.
No.
And none of them are like outstanding.
No. And then I remember too the wire situation, and that was such a bitch that for like we got a Sega CD from our cousins in New York or something, and it didn't work. And then our neighbor, he's like, "Oh, I have an old one that I don't use. You guys can have," and he gave it to us, and that one worked. But then for like 2 months, there was no sound. I couldn't figure out the sound because we didn't have it hooked up right. And then eventually, I just changed a wire and I got sound. I was like, "Oh, hell yeah!" I was so excited.
Yeah.
Because we were playing Sega CD games with no sound.
It's crazy that the newer generation and stuff they'll never experience plugging in all three of those wires.
Dude, it was so nuts. You had to like fight to find
Plus
out
the
how to plug in
power
those 3
wires.
transformers. Yeah, dude, that was such a
Yeah.
pain in the ass.
With the power brick the size of your arm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you could not have 2 and 1 in the same friggin' outlet. Yeah.
Outlet, yeah. Plus the red, white, and yellow wire.
Yeah.
RGB.
Yeah, it was crazy. Ryan, Jacob, what do you guys got? Favorite console?
I think I'm gonna show my I wouldn't say age, but I'm gonna be a little different from you guys.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say PS3.
Okay, really? All right.
Just based off of my experience. I mean, I've like you guys, I've played the NES, SNES, Genesis, PS1, PS2, like all the older stuff. More, I guess, your guys' time frame.
Mm-hmm.
But PS3 is when I started getting big into video games.
Dude, the PS3 is great. I think there's a lot of awesome games in that system.
There's some killer
There-
stuff on the PS3.
Yeah.
There's a lot of amazing video games, but I think that's when I like
And it can be in the podcast
fully
Yeah.
got onto it. Yeah.
next year.
I think that was because I think Black Ops 2 was the first game I ever bought on my own.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And so Eric, I think Eric, you went with me to GameStop.
Yeah, because you weren't old enough to buy it, I think.
No, I wasn't. And mom and
Yeah.
dad wouldn't let me buy it anyway for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Because I
do
played every
remember
other
that
game
now.
that you guys had.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I couldn't buy my
I know
own.
we had like San Andreas and shit, but they wouldn't let you play Black Ops.
Yeah, there was way worse shit that we had than Black Ops 2. Anyway,
They
but
were
yeah,
weird sometimes. Sometimes they didn't care, and then I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the first game I ever bought myself was
Nice.
PS3. So, and I remember so many games from PS3. That's probably like the most games I remember from a console. But again, that's when I first started getting into it.
Yeah.
Really, really played video games. And I think my favorite game's on that console too. So
All right, we'll get to that. All right, Jacob.
As you said, this is pretty tough, but it's really hard to pin one down. But
Yeah, I know.
I think for me, it'd probably either be like the PS2 or the PS4. The thing about the PS2 is I played that a lot when I was younger, a lot of
Mhm.
single player games, and it also has like Guitar Hero 2. I love Guitar Hero 2 to
Yep.
death. I still play it to this day. That is like one of the best games ever. But like the PS2 also had like a lot of versatility too, and like the first party games were also pretty good. Like God of War, Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter, and even like the third party games like Tony Hawk, all awesome stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
it's still the best selling console of all time.
yeah, there's a reason for that.
Switch is catching up, but
Yeah.
it hasn't surpassed it yet.
As for the PS4, the thing about the PS4 is like there's two reasons really. The first one is like the PS4 is like the first console that like I played a lot of online, like multiplayer with all my friends, and all the memories I made of us just playing games like Call of Duty and Overwatch and all that kind of stuff is just it's so special to me. That really was like a big bonding experience between all of us. And the other thing about the PS4, and to be fair, it's not necessarily the console itself. It's more about like the time era. Was there was a lot of like video games that had like big stories, like Uncharted 4, Horizon Zero Dawn, and the PS3 and even PS2 had games that had like big stories and expansive lore. But I think the PS4 is like when it really really came out. Um, like a Plague Tale. I love a Plague Tale. I love its story. So yeah, it's really hard to choose between two of those. So, but if I really had to pick, I would say PS4, mostly because like again, the time I spent with like me and my friends playing online games, that is just so special.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's a good point too. That's another reason I kind of wanted to start this podcast too, was just to get to hang out with you guys. So we like hanging out and having fun
I
together.
feel like
so.
we don't get to do it too much anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Now that
yeah.
we're all grown up and everything. So, but
Yeah.
all right, cool. That's some good answers. All right, let's see if we can make it even more difficult. Well, actually, do you guys have any systems that you played? Oh, and I was gonna say too. If you haven't noticed, we're a Sony family here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like the PlayStations. So, is there any systems that you guys have played that you don't like?
I don't think so.
no,
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
have. Well, I'm not saying I have. I was gonna say, we haven't really gotten into any like the esoteric, like weird stuff that nobody's ever played. I mean, I have a little bit. I have a Atari Lynx handheld. I'm not saying it's bad. Just I have weird stuff like that. A Super Graphics, which only had 6 games released for it. But yeah, I don't think any of us have really gotten into anything weird like that. So I was just curious if you guys had anything you didn't like.
Gaming on PC is a pain in the ass. But
Yeah, it can be.
yeah. If anything, newer gaming is what I hate more than anything.
Yeah.
90% of games you can't even play without an internet connection anymore. So
Yep, that's true. Yep. And now they've
Yeah.
shut them down and you can't play them anymore. Nothing you can do about it.
yeah.
yep.
And then they're like, "Oh, you don't even own the game
Yep,
nowadays,
exactly. Yep.
even though I paid for it."
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like that shit, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but
if we're
Console-wise?
strictly talking retro, yeah.
Yeah.
then no, yeah.
I'm trying to think. I mean,
I mean, if you want to go into, hardware,
yeah.
I hated those Pelican controllers we had.
You didn't like Mad Cats and Pelicans, bro? Come on.
Yeah,
Those $10
No.
controllers that broke when you gripped them too hard.
yeah, those were junk, bro.
They never worked, even brand new. Yeah.
They just felt so sloppy.
Yeah, they were junk, bro. For sure.
But I understand the new controllers were expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. The only thing I can really think of is maybe like the Virtual Boy. Like, I wouldn't say I hate it, but it was just so weird. I remember playing, my friend had one when they were new, and I played it, and I was like, What? This is weird. I don't know. I don't know what this is. But I mean, I have one now, and it's fun for the nostalgia. But all right. So let's see if we make this a little bit harder. What are your guys' favorite genre of game? And then, if you can, what's your favorite video game?
One of my favorite genres is like hack and slashes. Love those. God of War. You
Mhm.
can't go wrong with those, man.
Yeah, those are always fun.
This is hard because one of my favorite series is the God of War series. But I think my favorite game is probably Spider-Man, the Insomniac on the PS4.
Oh, okay, the new ones.
Yeah, dude, that game is just so
One or two?
perfect. One.
Okay,
I don't know.
it's good.
That
Dude.
game was like
Good game.
perfect, bro.
Yeah,
They like perfected Spider-Man.
yeah, they did. It was damn good.
And the story was damn good too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it felt like a comic book, like a comic book story.
They just did everything right, man. They didn't mess anything up in my eyes.
Well, some people wouldn't agree with you. Watergate or whatever.
Yeah,
What was it?
whatever. No.
Puddlegate or whatever.
Watergate.
Yeah, it's not what it was. Puddlegate or something. What was that?
Yeah, that was
completely all different
PC
thing.
stupid stuff.
I know.
That's
It's
don't
just
worry about
funny.
that.
It's just funny what people
Yeah.
get so worked up about.
yeah.
Like,
No,
who,
no.
who cares about the puddles anyway?
Yeah, it wasn't reflecting the light right or something. Yeah, I don't get worked up about that.
Anyway, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's a good choice. That game is good. I do like that game.
I saw that one coming from you.
Yeah, I
But,
figured.
I
I mean,
mean-
I always talk about it. So.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite games for sure. It's really good.
All right, what's your favorite genre in game then, Ryan?
I don't know. Genre's kind of tough because I mean I like anything roguelite, roguelike, like anything that
Mm-hmm.
type of. I wouldn't say genre. I guess it's a genre.
Yeah, it's a genre. Yeah.
But anything like that. I just love upgrade stuff. I don't know why. Just like progressing and just playing to progress.
But you don't play RPGs then?
No, I don't. I don't
Those
know
are
why.
aggravating, bro. More than
Yeah.
anything.
You guys
Because
play them, right?
I mean, I like adventure
Probably.
games, but I don't like no direction.
Oh boy, then you ain't gonna like this podcast, bro.
I mean, but I could be, steered another way if I play
Yeah.
certain games. But I mean, I like to play a game and at least figure it out. Which is kind of contradictory to my favorite game, but because my favorite game is Metal Gear Solid 3.
Oh really? Okay.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was
3, really? Wow.
yes, dude.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
love
3 was
3.
good.
Stick,
used to
it's
play
pretty good, bro.
3 a lot. I used to play 3 a lot.
Yeah, I don't.
And I know it's kind of contradictive because you kind of have to figure it out on your own
Yeah.
Mhm.
as you go. But
Well, I mean, if you just play the game, it's not too bad. But there's a ton of secret stuff in there to find.
yeah, and that's what I love about that game a lot.
Did you ever play
Like
4?
the old. I did, yeah.
Okay.
I liked 4 a lot. Too.
I did too. 4 was awesome.
But 3 is.
I
don't know,
tried
man.
playing 4 like 3 times, but it's got that goddamn hour-long cutscene in the beginning,
Yeah.
and I could never make it past it.
It is long, and then there's an even longer one, like halfway through the game.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's got insanely long.
I don't
cutscenes.
mind cutscenes, but that's crazy.
I need to go and play 5 again. I played 5 for like a couple of hours. and
Yeah, I haven't
I
played
got,
5 yet. I
got
need to play
tired
5.
of it, but I need to go back and play it. But yeah, 3, dude, just like the old sniper guy. If you don't play the game for like 3 or 4 days,
Yeah.
he just dies of
Yeah,
old age.
pretty
You don't
funny.
even have to fight him.
It's pretty funny, yeah.
Metal Gear's always been good with like
yeah, they've always had
small
weird stuff,
stuff
like
like
that.
that.
even the one on the
Yeah.
PS1, man, had some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. There's just something about 3 I really loved, man. And I know it's PS2. I know I said I have my favorite console's PS3.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the same. It's fine.
I know, but I said I think this game's on PS3, but it's on PS2.
Yeah, it's PS2.
yeah, but
So,
did you
I misspoke.
comprehend? Did you comprehend the Metal Gear Solid storyline?
Yeah.
No,
I
don't
mean,
think
3 is
anybody-
actually 3 is really not that hard to.
Yeah, that's where it starts. It's a prequel. That's why.
Yeah, 3 is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
beginning.
Yeah, so 3 is probably the easiest one to understand. But
All right, that's pretty good. Jacob, what do you got?
I don't know if this is like considered a real genre or not, but I like story rich kind of games, or I guess you could say like adventure. Um, I just like when a game like presents like a narrative to you, and you really just want to keep unfolding it.
Yeah, yeah,
And
that's yeah.
it's awesome when like the gameplay and story just like work together so well, or like when you have like a big environment that you can explore, and like each piece is like unique. As for my favorite game, that's I can't I can't pick one, but I mean if there is one game that I really hold so true to my heart and very close to my heart, and I did mention this before, it's A Plague Tale: Innocence. I just think that game's just really fun, and I absolutely love the story. It hits me so close to the heart, and it's very personal, but it's also like really good. So
I need to play those. That's the second one, right? Or is that the first one?
that's the first one.
Okay.
Requiem's the second one. But by the way, the ending to the second one, that's like the most emotional I've ever felt playing a video game.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I do want to play.
Really,
them.
not Red Dead 2?
Well, I mean, there's the ending of the second game makes you do something that it just is against every single like what's it called? Every single instinct in you just to not do it, but you have to.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
not play video
I
games.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to play those games. Red Dead, I haven't played those, but I do feel like Red Dead is probably one of the best stories in a game.
I still never even beat Red Dead 2, so
Yeah, you're a weirdo.
yeah, I don't know, bro.
I never even played it yet.
You want to talk about my least favorite genre?
Yeah, Red Dead.
I'm not a big, just open world games.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Just-
I don't know. I just like because I agree with Jacob with the story thing. Like, I don't care what the game is, but if the story's good enough, I'll just keep playing. I don't even care if I like the game or not.
I agree, but like Red Dead, I got so sidetracked with everything.
That's what you're supposed to
couldn't
do.
even get into. I know, but I can't even get into the story when I'm fishing and shooting bears and
Yeah,
finding fossils. And
I'm the
just-
same way.
You guys just don't have a good attention span. That's all.
I don't. I agree. I don't.
there's so much content in that game, dude.
And that's why I don't like RPGs.
Yeah,
Because
okay,
if
well
I get
then-
lost,
So let's
and then
let's
I
go
get
ahead
mad.
and move over to then. What's your least favorite genres then?
JRPGs.
Yeah, JRPGs, almost anything open
Oh,
world.
I didn't say. Hold on, I didn't say my likes yet. Hold on. Let's get to that.
Nobody
We'll
cares
get back
about
to
your
that.
life.
yeah.
My favorite video game, my favorite genre is probably like action platformers. I just love like 2D platformers, 3D platformers. I love them. Like collectathon stuff. I don't know. I just love that stuff. My favorite game is probably Super Mario World. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody here.
I don't know. I was gonna think you say Sonic.
I like Sonic as a character better. But let's be honest, his games sometimes. I mean, the first three are the Genesis games are fucking awesome, but
Yeah,
he's definitely not had it as good as Mario. But just Super Mario World, man, it's just like it's the perfect game. I don't think there's anything wrong with that game because it's so simple. Anybody can start it and play it. But it's also like one of those games that's fun to play or easy to play but hard to master because they have like those secret levels later on that's just like really hard to play. And
yeah.
I don't know. I still think even as a SNES game, it's just such a beautiful game. It's so vibrant and colorful, and there's secrets to find, and there's just I don't know. I think it's just such a perfect game. I love that game. I'm sure
that's
it's
classic Nintendo. So
Yeah,
just
exactly.
easy to pick up, but hard to really master.
I'm sure the fact that it was the first game I ever played doesn't have any bearing on that at all. But
I would assume not. No.
but yeah, that's probably my favorite game of all time. I play it like once a year. I don't really do that with any other game.
Yeah, and once I'm done, I'm usually done.
Yeah, right. But that game, I always come back and play that game, and I always enjoy it every time.
Hmm.
But all right, so let's see. You guys don't like JRPGs, I guess.
It's too much, man. It's
No.
too much. I like leveling up, but I don't like grinding, and I don't know. They're too complicated.
Yeah, I mean there are like I don't like the super like Japanese JRPGs. There are some like I don't know like Persona. I don't know if we'll ever be playing Persona on the show or anything like that. I'm gonna try and get you guys to play some of the Final Fantasies because I think those are more accessible.
Yeah, I'm okay with those.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I always
you
get,
guys
I always get the number wrong. Which one do we have on the PS3?
That's 13.
7?
12.
No, it's 13.
13.
13,
I always
yeah.
say 12. I don't know why.
Yeah.
13. That's like the only really JRPG that I actually enjoyed.
Yeah, 13's amazing. I know a lot of
But
people
I never
will
got to
probably
beat
fight
it
us about
because
that, but-
somebody deleted my save file.
Bro, what is
Come
with you
on,
with
who
did
saves,
that?
man?
Yeah, dude,
Maybe-
you and save files, man.
Maybe that's where it all started.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, take
13.
Somebody
it.
deleted my save file up to PS3.
Yeah, all the SNES ones are friggin' so good. The PS1 ones are all pretty good.
I mean, I played 7, but what was it? Our second disc was scratched or something?
yeah, it
didn't
might
work?
have been. Yeah, it didn't work. Could be.
So I made it that far, and then I got upset and never played again.
But yeah, I do want to try and get you guys to play some. We really need to play the Mother games. If you guys have never played the Mother games, they are so
Yeah.
good, dude. There's like, you want to talk about an emotional game? Mother 3 has one of the best stories. It's so good, bro.
Yeah.
I've played one of them. The
Yeah,
one that
probably-
was on the NES.
the first one on the NES, that's just Mother.
Okay.
We got Mother 2
Yeah.
as Earthbound. That's Mother 2.
Okay. So I
And-
think I played Mother,
Okay.
but I didn't get very far.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it though. I
Yeah.
actually did like those games,
Yeah, those games are fun.
or the one I played.
Because they're so different. Like, they're JRPGs, but they're like quirkiness in a way that makes them different, stand out, and I think they're pretty good.
From what I remember, it's not really that grindy either.
No, the first one has
It's-
a little bit like later on, but it's not super bad.
Yeah, it's more of like exploring and not
Mm-hmm.
going around the same level,
Yeah.
killing enemies to get experience. It's actually
Yeah.
gameplay.
Yep.
See, that's my.
So
I think that's my thing. Like now, in my life, like I don't really have the time to play video games as much as I used to. So when I do, I want to progress and play the game. And
Yeah. That's
I
what the
don't have
fast forward
time to
button's
sit
for.
there.
Fast forward
What?
button. That's what the fast forward
What?
button's for.
Trust me, I've been using it a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I use it a lot.
I mean, just in general with video games nowadays, it's hard to like sit down
Yeah.
and just play
Yeah, I agree.
because you sit there for an hour trying to get it to work on the computer, and then
Yeah, dude,
No,
PC game. We could talk
no,
about
I'm
for
done.
hours about PC gaming. Everyone's always like, "Oh, PC gaming is the best." I disagree with that. But anyway, Jacob, what is your least favorite genre?
I don't know really. I mean, I don't think I've really played any JRPGs.
It doesn't have to be JRPG, bro. Why is everyone gaming
Yeah,
on
I know.
JRPG?
we're,
just-
we're probably gonna get a lot of shit for that.
yeah, probably.
Oh well.
I really don't know. I couldn't think of a genre just like, point at and go, yeah, I really don't like this one. I don't know. I really couldn't say.
No, you like visual novels? You like those games?
Visual novels. Is that like
What, the Walking
it
Dead
called?
games or whatever?
No, it'd be more
Which
like
you can-
oh God, what is the name of that game? What's the one with the pigeons?
Oh,
Hateful Boyfriend.
Yeah, Hateful
yeah.
Boyfriend. That's visual novels.
I don't know. I don't.
You like RTSs?
RTSs? What would that be like?
Real time strategy,
real-time
like
strategy.
StarCraft and stuff like that.
I never played those either. So
All right,
Again, I
that's
don't-
cool. It's fine. Yeah.
I really don't know. I couldn't really pick one and be like, yeah, I just
Yeah,
this
that's
one's
fine.
not going
I mean,
to those.
I- I kind of agree with you. Like I'm not huge on some of the visual novels. Like the silly ones, like Hateful Boyfriend, and there's like Doki Doki. Those are cool just because they're different. But yeah, I'm not super big on RTSs. I played a few, and there's some decent ones out there. But yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. There's not much that dude, I can find enjoyment in just about as long as it bleeps and bloops and has some colors in it. I can enjoy it. So
Some flashing pixels and
mhm,
such.
that's all I need. So, but all right. Is there any games that you guys just absolutely hate? That you cannot stand. You don't understand how anybody else plays those games.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna get a lot. We're probably gonna get canceled for me saying
This is fine.
this.
That's kind of the point. I just want to.
I'm not a big fan of Zelda games, man.
Yeah, I found that out this week.
Just never have. Yeah, I know. Make fun of me
no,
all you want, bro.
no.
Make fun of me all you want.
I don't think it's Zelda that's the problem. But-
I've tried playing multiple Zeldas, and I don't know. I just can't get into them.
Yeah, I mean, there's no wrong answers. I mean, you like what you like, and you don't what you don't. There's nothing you can do about it, you know.
I'm sure if we get some followers, they're going to disagree with that.
Oh,
one,
of course,
so.
yeah, but it's fine. I mean, I'm gonna say Dark Souls, any of the Souls-like games. I can't stand those
Well,
games.
yeah.
I
We're
don't.
canceled, bro. We're canceled. Nobody's gonna listen to this.
I don't like the combat in those games, and it ruins it for me. So, I mean, I like the lore and I love the look and the environments and everything. It's so cool, and I wish I did
Yeah.
like those games, but just the controls, man, I cannot stand them.
I don't know how people play like Overwatch and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, I'm not big on those games either. Paragon.
dude, that is the worst game in existence.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's dead. But anyway,
Ryan plays that. That's why we're saying that.
yeah, its predecessor now. Paragon's been dead.
No, that's right. Whatever.
That's a tough one for me because I'm not big on MOBAs, but I can see some of them. I've played a couple here and there. I played one a lot, predecessor, but that's not like a typical MOBA, really. I don't know. Actually, I was looking at something yesterday. The games I don't understand, these two games, gonna get a lot of shit for this too, is Rust and DayZ.
Mm.
I don't understand how people play games like that.
It's just
There's
to troll
people on
bro.
Steam that have over like 3,000 hours on that game.
Yeah, those are a bunch of trolls on there. That's what that is.
For sure. I mean, but dude, 3,000 hours on a game is nuts.
Yeah, I don't think I have that much in any game.
That is nuts, man.
Maybe Guitar Hero
just-
2. That might be the closest thing.
Yeah, but to just go around and scream at people and build bases and kill people for 3,000 hours is I don't know. I never understood that.
Sure, yeah.
I
Jacob?
don't know.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I don't know. I can't really get into modern multiplayer games anymore. It's just, well, for the first thing is, ever since Fortnite, every single multiplayer game has to have like a battle pass or something like that, you know? And then they'll also like, what's it called? Like a lot of them were like free to play, and they'll have like microtransactions, like, you know, skins for your weapons or stuff like that. I can't get into that. I want to buy a game and then I want to unlock stuff. You know, I want to get in there and I want to earn stuff because I'm playing it, not because I spent $5 or something.
Right. Yep.
I agree
It's all
with
that pay to win shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with that. Because it's not even like you play the game and you earn a currency or something. It's you pay money to get the currency and then you buy something with that.
Right. Yep.
You don't get anything for playing the game. Cosmetically, whatever the game is, but
Yeah.
it feels like you just don't earn anything. You just play it to play it.
Well, you know what doesn't have those in them is the classic arcade games we played this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, so that's what our likes, our dislikes, a little bit about us. Just get to know us a little bit better. If anybody was interested, probably not, but that's all right. So we're also gonna do.
I'm interested.
Yeah, we're all interested, right? So we're just gonna do a quick. We all each picked a classic arcade game. So one of the things about the show is we wanted it to be kind of a retro thing.
Well, we have such a massive backlog of just games. So.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, we could be doing this for 20 years and we'll never run out of stuff, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So we might as well try to keep it retro and work our way forward, I guess.
Yeah, I mean the only rule that I had placed on anything was just that it's at least 20 years old. That's all I said.
Mm-hmm.
So we all picked an arcade game this week. Eric, you picked Galaga. Jacob, you picked Miss Pac-Man. Ryan, you picked Defender, and I picked Frogger. So we all played them, and we're just going to kind of do like a quick fire review of each one, just kind of give a quick sample of what a full episode would be like. So if you guys are interested, you can check those out. So I guess we can start with Frogger. You want to knock that one out since that was the one I did? Frogger was a arcade game released in 1981 by Konami. It's actually published by Sega, and then in North America it was distributed by Sega. It's a pretty simple game. You play as a Frogger, or you play as a frog, not as a Frogger. You play as a frog named Frogger, and you are just making your way across a busy street, and then across the busy river, and you're just trying to get into your little pods and get home safely. But yeah, I like this game a lot. Just because it's so simple, but it's pretty hard. You know, trying to get through the traffic and everything can be tough. And I just like being a little frog and jumping around. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then it's cool too because I think this is one of the first. I don't know if it's one of the first, but it's one of the earlier video games that had actual like music while you were playing. That was actually kind of a novel thing at the time.
Yeah,
Having the
nice.
little having like different music too for like the game over and like an intro and stuff. I don't think a lot of games did that at that time.
I read something. I think that intro song for the Frogger is like some Japanese song.
Yeah, it's like a
that they-
child song. Yep.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I think they had like Yankee Doodle Dangle in there too or something.
Yeah, they had a couple songs. Yep. Like the
Yep.
the free to use stuff.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, this game's pretty cool. Like I think there's only 5 levels. There's like 4 or 5 levels. Things start getting a little bit harder. They start adding snakes. The turtles start
The
going
snakes.
down. Yeah, the snakes are a pain in the butt, bro.
Yep.
They have like a woodchuck that looks like, I think it's a woodchuck or a beaver or something. I never knew what that was. That thing that like hits the log or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's a beaver, but I'm not sure. Crocodiles, they got crocodiles you can jump on the back of. So
Yeah, and they can eat you.
yeah, they'll eat you up. Yeah, I like how when you get hit by a car, it turns into like the nuclear symbol. It's like an atom bomb.
Yeah.
It is. It's like an atom bomb going off.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
funny.
funny.
The way we're going to review these is we're just going to say, we're not going to do numbers or anything like that. We're just going to say, did you enjoy the game? And would you recommend the game? I feel like that's a good way to kind of give our feelings on this stuff. So, did you guys enjoy Frogger?
Yeah, man. It's Frogger.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
enjoy Frogger.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, like I said, this was one of our earliest games that we ever owned. So I've been playing it for a long time. But yeah, Frogger's just fun. Just a simple, easy game. I mean, everybody knows it.
It's a classic.
Yeah, who doesn't want to be a frog? Jumping around.
Yeah. Jumping
Yeah.
around like a
It's a
little
cute little
frog.
game.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about going to work and paying rent. You just gotta make it across
Just getting
that
ran
busy
over.
street. Yeah, lick your eyeballs and go across the street. And I think we'd all recommend it, right? It's something everybody should
Yeah.
play.
Oh,
It's just
yeah,
simple.
definitely.
So, all right.
But if you don't know what Frogger is,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, listen to the podcast. You'll learn.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to play those like later ones where they like anthropomorphize them or whatever. Like
Yeah,
Frog
where he's like a
Adventure
kid or whatever.
Yeah, I want to play those games. They look pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
Those are good. The
I
ones
know.
on
They are.
the Game Boy and DS.
Yeah, I want to play those.
Yeah, dude. Those are good. I think I had
I think there's some on the
Water.
PS2, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
there is. I think I had one on the Game Boy. I forgot what it was, but it was
advanced, I
really
think.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to play those. And
It
the
was good.
PS1 one's legendary for its ridiculousness. So,
Yeah.
That game was crazy, bro.
yeah. All right, Eric, I'll let you take Galaga.
So Galaga was also 1981, and that was published by Namco. This is just like a fixed shooter. It's the second game. Galaxon was the first one. I don't know why, but this game just has always stuck out to me. I don't know if it's just because every time I go to an arcade, this is the one that I jump to.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a pretty cool art on the side.
Yeah, I don't know. The colors, the contrast, man, just I don't know. It's again, it's a simple thing. You got a joystick and one button.
Yeah,
It's just fun.
and you gotta spam that button, bro. Your finger's gonna hurt.
Dude, yeah, my hand's been hurting all week. I remember I went to the arcade one time and I was playing like crazy. My hand was like stuck in that position.
Really?
I couldn't even move it. Yeah, it was hurting so bad.
I'm sure that's happened many times. I know. I was thinking
But,
about
yeah.
that this week. Back when it was just arcades. When we weren't playing on our computers and everything. Like, to get good at those games, bro, you had to spend like
Yeah.
probably like $100 before you're actually good at the game. So like,
Mhm.
if you were at the arcade and like just killing it, you had to be like, that had to be cool. Like you had to be a
Yeah.
cool dude. Like dude,
Yeah.
look how good this guy. He's probably spent $100 on this game.
Yeah, this guy's crazy.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I was gonna say, like, these games are so damn addicting too, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I'm sitting here trying to get this achievement for this one, but I'm like, oh, I die. I'm like, oh, one more.
Yep.
I'll die. Oh, one more.
Yep.
And I just keep going and going, and I'm like,
Well, that's the other thing too.
Oh,
Is
they're-
when
they're
you
so
die,
addicting.
you put the coin in and you're right back in. Like it's
Yeah.
there's no loading screen or anything. You die and then you're right back into it.
I don't know.
Frogger's
They're
the
just
same way.
very addicting, man.
Yep.
And again, like you said, with the score and everything, like,
Yeah.
I'm not even like, competing and I'm still trying to get like a good score.
Yep. And these
So
were some of the earliest games. Does Galaga have the leaderboards?
yeah,
I don't think
Uh,
Frogger does,
I think-
but these were some of the earliest games to do that. That was a new thing at the time to put your initial and be like, look, I am good. There was proof of your accomplishments, which was pretty cool.
Yep. But I don't know. This game's always just stuck out for me. I mean, the fact that like the spaceship can capture yours and then you get two
Yeah, that
fighters.
was cool. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
That was cool.
cool.
Yeah. All right. Did you guys enjoy this game?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Another classic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I agree. I think that's gonna be the same for all of them, but
for sure.
Yeah.
yeah. I think we would all recommend this one as well. It's just it's a space shooter. You just got to be quick with that finger on there. If you got cramping problems, maybe skip this one. But
Yeah, you
otherwise-
just drink a lot of water or
yeah,
something.
yeah. But yeah, it's a pretty good game. All right, Ryan, you want to do the next one? Defender.
Yep. So I picked Defender. It was also released in 1981. Contrary to Galaga, it's actually a horizontal shooter, so it's side to side, but almost same concept. I mean, you're in a spaceship in space shooting, but instead of it, I guess you go left to right.
Yeah, it's more of like
It's,
a
not
Not a
2D
scroll.
plane.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
freely
you can
move.
freely move. Yeah, the screen goes with you. I don't know how you explain that. There's a term for that, but it was developed and published by Williams, which, if you don't know what Williams are, they're big our pinball company. Used to make pinball tables,
Mhm.
and I guess they wanted to get into the video game market, so there's a department called Williams Electronics, and they're the ones who published and developed this game. But like I said, super easy concept, but man, this game it's fun. It's hard,
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one's
but
tough.
it's tough.
One thing I noticed about this game is how like fast it feels when you
Mhm.
fold the stick all the way one way and that screen starts scrolling, man. It actually looks like a really quick game, Like the speed of the ship
Yeah.
is pretty crazy compared to like Galaga.
Yeah.
Galaga's kind of slow, not in a bad way. It just has a slower gameplay to it, but
Yeah, this is a super fast paced game.
yeah, it's pretty
I
crazy.
mean, I didn't really get too far into it. I mean, I think stage 4 was the highest.
yeah, this game's tough.
But once you start getting higher up in the stages, there's a lot of fast enemies,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and they spawn a lot too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a tough one, but man, it's fun because first couple stages you can save humans. The little aliens will go to the ground and pick them up.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
And if they get to the top of the stage, I don't know if they like absorb them or blow up or something, but they become like super aliens and move fast. And
Mm-hmm.
it's cool. It's like a really cool game. And then you have like smart bombs, which you can kill everything on the screen instantly, and all that type of stuff. So
Yeah, and just the graphics are pretty cool on this one too, with the shooting, your missiles like a rainbow, has like a rainbow effect on it or whatever. It's pretty cool looking.
yeah. I read something on this game that they were experimenting with the colors for it or something, and so every time you beat a stage, like even if you beat stage 1 and then you die and then you pull another credit in and beat stage 1, the text and all the borders can be different colors. Like it's just
It's
random.
pretty cool.
It's all random. It doesn't go by stage, but
Which is another big thing at the time was color was a new thing too. To have in video games.
and they're actually really like pretty beautiful colors.
Yeah.
yeah, this game looks
which
good,
Well,
is
yeah.
that's
really
the thing, like,
surprising.
With Galaga, man, I just feel like the colors are very vibrant.
Mhm.
Like just
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the contrast with the black screen and I don't know. It's just same with this. The colors are very vibrant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this game was very can't think of the word, ahead of its time,
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, so you have a kind of like a map on the top. It shows you where the screen is, like what you can see compared to the whole area.
Yeah, is this one of the first games where you can like move backwards
Yeah,
I
probably.
think so.
for a shooter? I would suppose.
Yeah.
And then you can do,
you
like, that
teleport,
that teleport
Yeah, that's
thing.
cool.
which I never do because every time I do it, I blow up and die instantly. But anyway,
I don't think you're supposed to just tap the button or something. I think if you hold it, you blow up.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never figured that one out yet.
Yeah.
But
I'm not gonna lie, this is the game that I played the least. I didn't get a lot of time into this one.
no, yeah. But
I
I
think it's the
really
hardest.
enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It's
probably.
for sure the hardest, but
I don't know, get to
it's a
stage
great
30 in Galaga.
game.
I don't need to do that, bro.
But yeah, this I really did enjoy this game. But I mean, it took inspiration from Space Invaders and Asteroids. They try to kind of make their own
Oh,
spin on
sure,
it, I
yeah. I mean,
guess.
this, like, if you look at a lot of the Atari games at the time, it looks a lot like them.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
I mean, not in a
100%.
bad
I
way.
mean, no, I mean those two were huge sellers,
Mm-hmm.
huge back then. And I think I read something on this game too that it was canceled a couple times, like once or twice,
Yeah, could
because
be.
some dude at Williams was head of development or something, and they didn't like the way he was doing it, and then there was technical difficulties, and I think they like scrapped it twice. So pretty funny actually,
Yeah, could be.
but
Alright.
what it turned out to be though, man.
Yeah.
I read something funny too on Wikipedia about this. Quick, they I guess they were trying to get their showcase models up, and then they were gonna showcase them. They were running late on time, and they got the EEPROM chips like a day before, and they assembled them, but they put the chips in backwards and they burnt all of them, so they had
Oh,
to
man.
reflash the chips.
Man.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That guy was sweating for sure.
Yeah,
He
I
did
think this
that.
game had like a little bit of a rocky development. So.
Yeah, I could believe
Yep.
it. All right, well, it kind of worked out though, because I think we all enjoyed it, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's tough.
This was probably the one I was least familiar with, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say out of all the ones, this is probably the one that commercially isn't
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
as. I mean, I heard it was successful, but
Yeah. For a very successful arcade game, I haven't heard of it
yeah,
before.
nobody really talks about it. So.
Yeah.
But when we decided to do this episode 0, I was looking at it and I was like, wow, this game looks awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then I played it and really enjoyed it. I was like, yep, this is my pick.
All right. So
So-
I think we all recommend that one too.
Yep.
All right, Jacob, you got Miss Pac-Man over there, right?
Yep. All right. So Miss Pac-Man, it was not released in 1982 or 1981. It was released in 1982. It was made by General Computer Corporation in Midway, and take control as Miss Pac-Man. You have this maze, and you have these pellets, and you just gotta eat all the pellets. But there's these ghosts chasing you, and just try to avoid them. There's big pellets. There's 4 big pellets across the map. If you eat them, the ghosts will turn like all blue, and then you can eat them. They'll go back to the middle. And then there's also certain foods that'll appear through the maze, and you can eat those to get more points. And then after a certain amount of points, you'll get another life. So yeah, fairly simple gameplay. To me, this is like very addictive to me. Like if I go to an arcade, I like to play this one a lot.
Do you like it over Pac-Man?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. You know what's
Pac-Man's
funny?
slow, man.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It's like whenever I do go to an arcade, I like never see Pac-Man. It's always
Yeah.
Miss Pac-Man, and I
Mhm.
think the reason for that is like there's a certain cabinet that has both Galaga and Miss Pac-Man, and I
Yeah,
guess you
they're
get a
bundled.
bunch of them.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's
But
funny
yeah.
because Miss Pac-Man, Namco had nothing to do with it. Midway's like, hey, we're just gonna make a sequel and get away with it, and they kind of did. It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
This was back in the Wild West of the video game days.
right.
I think Miss Pac-Man now, there's so much legal stuff with her that she's not, like, nobody can do anything with her right now. They're not using Miss Pac-Man. I think it's just Pac-Woman now, or Pac-Girl or something in the
Yeah.
new games. There's no Miss Pac-Man right now.
Well, it was supposed to be, what was it, Crazy Otto or something?
Yeah,
and then
Crazy
it turned
Otto.
and then it turned into Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah, well,
Right.
somebody was making a game already, and then I think Midway bought them, or not bought them.
Yeah.
But,
And yeah.
you know, gave them money to work for them and turn it into Miss Pac-Man. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those very simple games, but man, is it tough.
Yeah. Yeah, this one is tough. This one gets tough.
Mm-hmm.
And then you only get one extra life.
I
I
don't know.
don't think so.
Can
I
you
think
get
it's
more?
after again. I think it's after a certain amount of points, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know, because it's at 10,000 and I got to 30,000. I only got one extra life.
Oh.
Hmm.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
So,
Could be. I mean, they don't want you
it
getting
does
too
get
many.
tough. And then
Yeah.
after level 17, the pellets stop doing, the big pellets stop doing anything.
Right.
Are you
So,
asking or telling?
I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't remember exact level. I think it's
Okay.
17.
I didn't know that. I didn't make it that far.
Yeah, but after that,
I didn't either.
the big pellets, you can't eat the ghosts anymore.
Man, the big
So.
pellets.
Yeah, the big pellets.
Well, besides that, I also wanted to bring up like this game also has like little cutscenes after like certain levels, and it's just cute little things that like add a little what's it called?
Immersion.
Immersion. Just neat little things,
The story between Pac-Man and Miss
Yeah,
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man
Right.
didn't have that, right? Pac-Man, or did he chase the ghosts? I can't remember if Pac-Man had that or
He was
not.
chasing the ghost, right?
In the original Pac-Man?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Yeah.
In fairness, Jacob, I will give you. This game does say it was released in 1981.
Well, if you go to Wikipedia, it says 82. So
Yeah, but the actual game, when you start it up, it says 1981 on the bottom.
Oh, it
yeah,
does?
the copyright, yeah.
Yeah, so
All right, I'll give it to him.
because like Jacob said, they bundle Galaga and Miss Pac-Man together, and the name of that cabinet is like Class of 81 or something like that.
yeah, like
So it's kinda weird.
anniversary.
Yeah.
All right. I think so like oh wait, yeah, we all enjoyed that one, right? I think I enjoyed Miss
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pac-Man. It's fun.
Yeah, Miss Pac-Man. Good.
Yeah, of course.
I think I like it better than regular Pac-Man too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think we all recommend that one as well. Those are our reviews. If you guys liked them, you should check out the main show. We have some episodes out now. Our first episode is going to be Donkey Kong for the Nintendo Game Boy, so go and check that out. I hope you guys will join us. Let us know what if you guys have played these arcade games, or if you could play them for the first time. Let us know what you guys think about them. Thanks for checking out the show, guys, and we hope you stick around. So we'll see you next time. Peace.
See you
All right.
guys.
See ya.
Yeah.